one cannon shot, the next cannon was always ready to fire, so it was one after the other all the way down the line. And by the time it had gone all the way down the line, the first cannon was always ready to shoot again. And they ended up overshooting the north line, and they were hitting hospitals behind.
When this charge started, it was because the cannons were running out of ammunition. Longstreet was told that if he does not lead the charge soon, then they won't have any backup. So he had to start the charge. This charge, the Confederates, they started all the way back there. They marched up here and all the way up to that wall towards the copse of trees over there, while Union soldiers were firing at them. They were very brave to do this, and the entire time there were cannons shooting and many people died.
Lewis Armistead was the Confederate leader that led his brigade up to the Union line. So this is where he penetrated. They got through the first Union line, and then he made it all the way up to this spot right here, and was unfortunately shot and later died. Lewis Armistead and Hancock had a great relationship. They were best friends. Right before the war, they had the last meal together, and then they split up to the Union and Confederacy. And unfortunately, Hancock was also shot on this date, so they never got to see each other again.
We're talking about Hancock, and we're talking about how brave he was when he stood up during Pickett's charge, and he stood up, and I think his direct line was, at times like these, a general's life is not that important.
He was during Pickett's charge in the center around the clump of trees, where he was being bombarded with cannonballs, and all his troops had no idea what to do. They were not expecting this attack, so they were looking for a leader, and he stood up and took it upon himself to lead the troops. Just adding on, he also stood very calm, so all of his troops looked up to him, and they realized that it wasn't bad. And because of his leadership, the Union went on to win.
Here we are at the high water mark. The Confederates were ultimately trying to break through the angle over there, which was where the two stone walls connected, and they were able to get through that wall. However, they only could get to these near these cannons. This is where Lewis Armistead died, and this is the furthest they ever got, and they couldn't hold their ground. And so this is their high water mark. This battle was also the high water mark for the South, closest they got to winning. If they had gotten any further and been able to hold their ground, it could have changed the tide of the war. And ultimately, America probably wouldn't be what it is today.